Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective. It's the Hood Mystic. Representing hoodmystic.com, colombianexchange.com, White Rabbit Psychedelics, whiterabbitpsych.com. Ooh. Getting set up. Almost that time for us to do these live readings. Getting settled in, man. And at that space where, 99, not even 99% settled in. That's cap. We about 75% settled in. So, but that means that we can start these live readings. So to take part in the live readings, click the first link in the description, which would be the Patreon link. Do appreciate my Patreon subscribers and Patreon supporters. So I want a fun way to engage you guys. So we'll be doing these live readings as much as possible. Let me look at my chat. Hope everybody is doing well this evening. It's wild, man. Having 4 kids. They don't give a shit, man. You ain't never seen somebody who don't give a shit like your damn kids, man. It's a wild thing, man. Peace to y'all, man, though. Let me get this a little bit in the condensed form. Right. So I can see y'all and y'all can see me. So yeah, damn. I gotta find these damn cards now. I want to talk about mental health in the Black community, because niggas need to know how to diagnose themselves, because being crazy ain't cool. It's just very, very important to perceive and look at your mind. That's why I'm so happy to be a paid spokesman for White Rabbit Psychedelics. Because I didn't even know I was crazy until I started to realize that I was crazy. So, in the midst of being crazy and finding some realization and some therapy to my craziness, I was able to kind of like not be so goddamn crazy, which is good for me. I don't know about y'all. Maybe y'all like being crazy, but for me, that's just not the way to go. That's not the way to live. That's not the way to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot do crazy. You feel me? At no level. So when I asked my cards this, I love this card because you don't never know. This look like it's upside down, but it's really, it looked like it's upside right, but it's upside down. This is the proper way of looking at this card. So I'm asking the cards like, yo, mental health. It was already on my mind. Mental health. What should we do about it? What should we do about mental health? Because I know for sure that we as a people don't get into mental health, right? Even if we think we get into mental health, because it's mental health, but then it's backed up by your ideology. So is it really helping you, or is it reinforcing a bias? And of course, if I'm paying you a certain amount of money, it serves me to reinforce your bias than actually diagnose you. So, and then therapy is another way for a person to not solve their problems. So therefore you have to actually solve your problems. But I'm like, Spirit, what could we do? And it's like the hangman. It's like, look at this shit from a different perspective, right? Tap into the energy of Pisces. Tap into the energy of the Ankh, masculine and feminine balance. Because it could be one way of looking at things to make you feel a certain type of way, or you can look at it from a whole different type of way. So that's really the challenge with being crazy, right? Because when you're crazy, you like, this predominant thought that I have, this predominant negative thought is the only way I can look at this. And if it's pressure, it start to look at it from a different point of view. And if you can't do it by yourself, macro or micro dose. Google how to grow mushrooms. You can start a mushroom growth organization for under $100. So, or you could just Google in your Google search bar, whiterabbitpsych.com, and begin to look at your mind objectively. Psychedelics, the reason why I just got into this shit so heavy, because y'all know how I'm always like checking out the etymology of words and shit. And I never, I love words such as psychology, right? Psychology, psych, the soul, ology, the study of. So, a nigga like me is all up into the psychology or the study of the soul, spiritual being, having a human experience, things of that nature. But then that word psychedelics popped up, and I'm like, damn, what's the etymology for that? Crazy stoner hippie dude? But then I'm like, no, it can't be that, because psych is in it. And psych means the soul. And I'm like, okay, this is up my alley, right? Delic means to reveal. I said, I'm a psychology major, now I'm a psychedelic major. So that made me just reinforce my psychedelic journey and to really just kind of absorb and tap into the fruit. Me is like, damn, I can do a lot of shit and I love the person that I became, but it's only through the modality of revealing my mind for where it's at. So the Knight of Swords, to help you with your crazy, right? Because your crazy is rooted in a problem that you're not able to see. Can we get that in the chat? Because that's really profound. A problem that I'm not able to see because my perspective. I got a story for y'all. A problem that I'm not able to see. I was hearing a story about a magician, and the magician said he invited one person on stage. It's really profound what he said. So listen to this story. It's only going to take me about 2 minutes. The magician invites a person up to the stage, and he's doing a trick, and the audience is privy to the trick. The dude on the stage has no idea. So the audience is going crazy laughing, and the dude is being frustrated. And then he goes on to analogize that as, this is why you need to collaborate. Fucking profound, right? Because you could be getting tricked and bamboozled. It's a lot of people who don't even talk to me and ask me shit that I could give them an answer to in 2 seconds, 2 minutes. They're going to take the long, hard road. Man, I don't know. I'm a weird ass motherfucker. I studied a lot of shit. I just know a lot of shit, and information comes to me quick and easy. I don't know. That's just a gift that God had given me. But at the same time, I know how to collaborate. I know how to involve myself with hundreds, hundreds of thousands of people in real life. Right? Right? You could be getting tricked because you isolating yourself, right? And you need to collaborate so you don't get tricked, right? And that was the message that I've been pushing for a long time. But back to looking at your problems. You can't tell yourself the problems that you're having, right? You need somebody who has been able to see you. That's step one. And somebody that is willing to tell you the truth. That's step two. You need both of them steps. Or else you're not going to be able to see your problems and you're going to be frustrated because either you got somebody in your life that's not telling you the truth, or you don't got nobody in your life, so you can't really observe it. So everything becomes a battle to create homeostasis where you're always seeking comfort or joy or happiness and chasing bliss, all because nobody was able to tell you the truth. So we have the Knight of Swords, which is also the King of Swords, but the King of Swords represents the pinnacle of words. Now, words are two double-sided, like a sword, right? What do they say about a sword? You have a double-edged sword, right? Because I could tell you the truth. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. And the difference between you and the billions of people in the world is if you are able to follow your path that your soul has laid out for you. That is the truth. I could also tell you a lie. If you manifest something, everything in your life everything's gonna be happy. Everything's gonna be good. That's a lie. So I used two statements. One was truth and one was a lie. Now, there's nothing to stop me from getting on this YouTube channel and use my voice, my vessel, and my speech to lie. Or I can speak in truth. I speak in truth because it's about living in Dharma. You know, it's a lot of like life can be tricky, right? I knew I needed new tires, and I did a late night run with my children, and I knew I needed new tires, and it was my fault because I didn't check to see if I had a four-way. I thought I had a four-way, but I didn't have a four-way, so I'm gonna get my tires changed in the morning is a bullshit ass statement, right? It's a bullshit ass statement. Because if that's it, if I'm gonna say that, I might as well not even drive. But anyways, flat tire. And I knew the whole time of what could happen. But it's like life is tricky. You could make the wrong decision and your life could be altered for the rest of your life. And it wasn't nothing too crazy, but rather crazy, right? So it's like in life, you have to be led and guided by something. And you should be led and guided by your word. So if I say I love you, I should mean that. What is happening is that we have to look at the perspective of the truth differently especially if the truth comes in the form of words. Because I could speak in a way of, let's get 4x4s and 2x4s and hammers and screws, and let's build. Let's have a healthy, generous conversation that leads to manifestation. And that's what I'm about, right? I don't want to, like, if y'all ever just peruse, like, if y'all just ever asked about me, a person is either going to say, I took his advice or I didn't take his advice. And that's the cards that I live with. You know, I deal with that. That's how I stand on it. But generally, I wouldn't never tell nobody no bad advice. Like, hey, yeah, do some fucked up shit, right? Like, I would never tell nobody no bad advice. Cause I'm only hoping that you listen to your soul. I'm only hoping that your soul led you to me for a specific reason, to let you know that your soul was actually working on your behalf this whole time. Because I'm hopefully just going to confirm things that already your soul been talking to you already. And it's like, okay, spiritual gifts, spiritual development, but you don't just wake up and have intuitive abilities. Like, I hope she don't get mad, but I was doing a reading, I can't get over this, a couple of weeks ago, and I was just like, yeah, as long as you don't, and I just blurted out the first star that I can think of, Boris Cujo. Like, it wasn't just a random ass word that I just said. I was like, just don't elope with Boris Cujo or nothing. And she like, that's funny. I be seeing him all the time. He be at the basketball games. I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh shit, my fault. I didn't mean it that way. Let's cancel that. Anyways, like, but I mean, a lot of the things that I do is for me to be psychic intuitive. So I'm not gonna just be like, yeah, I'm a psychic, I'm intuitive, I could just do all this amazing shit. I would be like, damn, you could look on my YouTube and just check out all of the videos that I've done in reference to understanding astrology or understanding tarot or understanding metaphysics or understanding the occult, to create the muscle memory of conscious integration of psychic intuitive abilities. Now, I don't know why I know for a fact that you can develop psychic intuitive gifts, but motherfuckers will be swearing to God that you could just wake up and be born that way. When it take a lot of it take a lot of work. It take a lot of dedication. So look at your problems. Don't avoid your problems. Don't suppress your problems. Don't wish you didn't have problems. Look at your problems. Hi. Address your problems. Create action plans to solve your problems. Another message that I got earlier was preparing for the new versus wanting the new. So what makes more sense to y'all? Getting a new house or preparing yourself for a new house? One's in the chat if preparing for your new house makes more sense, or just receiving a new house. 2. Now, if y'all correct me if I'm wrong, if extreme makeover is the more feasible option, versus understanding how to manifest something, correct me. If an angel is going to come down with fairy Tinkerbell with a magic wand and tap you over the head and say, here you go, Mr. Magical, I'm a magical house fairy. Manifestation. Preparation. Okay. You do yourself a disservice by not preparing for the new. You do yourself a disservice by not emotionally preparing for Aries. To just say, Aries. And you know what? Fuck the studies. Fuck the understandings. Fuck the truth of the matter. Aries. It's just like, to me, conscious people believing in Jesus and then no longer believing in Jesus, but 12 sign astrology is the new Jesus. It's the new religion. And the reason why you left religion, or the reason why we all left religion, is because the dogmas and ideologies, although maybe good intent, maybe some good music involved, the overall energy with our spirit and soul said, no, we ain't gonna be able to do it. This is why I don't know y'all niggas from a hole in the wall, but we can all come to the agreement that we ain't about to be up in nobody church doing a damn thing for nothing. You barely might catch me in there for a funeral. You better book that shit at a funeral home. Once you get conscious, it's hard to get a nigga in the church. Am I the only person like that? I mean, you gotta damn near force me to go. I haven't been to church in years because the energy, I know, like the motherfucking way that it's set up with the motherfucking triangle, that's all to harness your fucking energy. It all rises up and like, no, I ain't about to do that. That's like going to jail for me. Like me willingly going to prison. So because we have progressed outside of that religion, I studied 12 sign astrology like the most of them, like everybody. I was like, yeah. And dog, when I did Western astrology videos, I would get like 60,000 views on the video. That shit was nuts. Guaranteed views. So I get it, right? But I didn't know that motherfuckers hate the truth. But with that being said, hopefully you able to prepare for a new beginning and really celebrate Aries season when it arises astronomically, and really appreciate Aries energy when it comes, because you have spent this time preparing for new things. Man, this is something that came to me in a dream. It came to me in a dream. Prince of Cups and the Lovers. I was reflecting on Gemini energy. I was reflecting on the Lovers. And I was just thinking of how, like, love is an internal thing. And love requires you to be introspective enough to be compassionate, which is going to be a hard thing to do in 2023 mentality. That's what I'll just call it, where I heard some shit. I was watching this long ass video. It's not even long, it was like a minute, but I was like at minute 40. And at the end, at 40 seconds, she was like, and if a nigga ain't making you happy, just leave his ass. And I was just like, wait a second. Like, wait. time out. wait, wait, hold up. Wait, just wait 1 second. Just hear me out. Just hear me out, cause I know you want to leave so fast. I know I ain't shit for real, but I know I ain't shit. I've been trying to tell you I ain't shit, but don't leave once you figure out that I ain't shit. Like, come on now. But and trust me, if your game plan is soon as the nigga piss me off, soon as she give me a red flag, I'm out the door, Audi 5000. And the Prince of Cups and the Lovers is just not for you. And you haven't been taught by your soul. Like, your soul needs to teach you how to love. Your girl can't teach you how to love. Your mama can't teach you how to love. Your daddy can't teach you how to love. Your boyfriend can't teach you how to love. Nobody can teach you how to love but your soul, because unless you was born a perfect, and like, you didn't, like, your mom didn't push you out the pussy, you just floated out the pussy and just levitated with a golden hue around you and with fucking little baby angel wings just floating in the fucking delivery room, just looking around, motherfucking freaking a black and mild, like, where the hoes at type energy. You know what I'm saying? Where is my fucking garment type shit, you know, talking like just knew it, psychic, like your whole life been perfect. You never shitted in a diaper, never cried, never had abandonment issues. Just mom was just nurturing with the titty, just everything was just perfect for you. Then okay. But otherwise, you would have had to overcome some psychological issues of the past, which would, you gotta know, okay, all of these issues that has happened to me, I'm still alive, and then I don't even remember half of this shit, because if I was to remember half of this shit, I would be motherfucking shaking right now, because I'm fucking in the midst of a traumatic experience that I never thought I'd get over, but I somehow got over it. How did I get over it? To fill out a job application to at least get enough money to wipe my ass. Cool. That's your soul. Because your soul, you would have did some unforgivable shit, right? Nobody likes you. Your friends calling you a piece of shit every day. Every day you get to school. Look at this piece of shit. Your soul not doing that. You lick one piece of pussy, now your girl talking about you ain't shit, you need to get out. Your soul not doing that, right? You cheated on your baby daddy, but then is that really cheating? One's in the chat, is that really cheating? You can't really cheat with your baby daddy if you got a kid together. Right? Because it's just like, it's your baby daddy. So it ain't really like he cheating, but now your new boyfriend want to get mad. Your soul not going to do that. So you don't learn love from a nigga or a girl. You learn love from your soul. And it's so internal. But you got to really learn how to like stick with yourself. You got to have the heart to understand that it is your soul that is going to be your magnetizing force for a stable mental condition. It's not going to be, man, these hoes will drive you fucking crazy. On some dumb shit. You don't take me out enough. Start taking her out. We always going out. Why can't we never eat at home? Start eating at home. Why don't we never go on vacations? Go on vacation. Yeah, we've been in vacations in the fucking USA. You ain't never took me out of the country. Take her out the country. We be out the country too much, spending all this money on vacation. Why you ain't never bought a house? Ma'am, You don't learn love from people. You learn love from your soul. And man, I could do a 5-hour video on this shit, on every fucking circumstance and situation that a motherfucker was like, man, this motherfucker done let me down. Who let you down? This human being with flaws, with unhealed trauma and unresolved triggers done let me down. Oh, really? I'm so fucking surprised. I gotta read from the Black People deck before I get up out of here. Shout out to y'all. Like the video. Go ahead and play my theme music. Y'all silly as hell. Y'all be laughing at me, and this is a clear cry for help. That's the thing. That's the thing that always be worried me about y'all. I could be sitting here crying out for help, and y'all be laughing. Be like, nah, hood, I don't know if you be serious or you be playing. I be dead ass serious all the time. So let's recalibrate, let's get a review, and let's deal with, because today we talking about mental health. Asking my cards for some advice on how to address mental health in the Black community, because I feel like that's the thing that nobody is talking about. Bitch want a Birkin bag, want a Michael Kors bag, want a Chanel bag, want a goddamn Kroger bag. Just... I can't fucking take it. I can't take it. So, we looking at our problems. And we also understanding that it's easy for a nigga to lie to you. It's easy for a person to lie to you. It's easy for you to lie. So it's very important to do the work to look at it from both sides. What is it called? A double-edged sword. Knight of Sword. Take the S's out, what you have. Word. What is a word then? Motherfucker can tell you the truth. Motherfucker can tell you a lie. It's up to you to be the hangman and say, I hear what you're saying. Let me look on the other side of that. You about to take care of me for the rest of your life, but you work at Wendy's. How that's not going. See, I looked at it from the other angle. I heard what you said, but then I looked at it from the other angle and I seen your W-2s, and it's called inflation. It's called worldwide recession. And I mean, you could have just been my roommate or something. You ain't have to say you was going to take care of me financially and you worked at Wendy's. I had to look at it from a different angle. If you look at it, if the hangman is the most important card in the deck. I feel like I said that before, but I'm going to say it again. Why is the hangman the most important card in the deck? Because if you only look at shit from one angle, my nigga, if you only look at shit from good or bad and just kind of just be coasting on shit, oblivious to shit, you are nothing but a crash dummy. So it's very important then to look at things from both ways. Because if you are looking at things from one angle, like, my baby daddy was supposed to be there for me, and he ain't, and now it's like, you can't evaluate correctly. How could you evaluate correctly if you're looking at it from one angle? And once again, love is an internal thing that comes from the soul. So a lot of the mental health issues that motherfuckers is dealing with is thinking that a motherfucking Negro with ashy ass elbows and ashy ass kneecaps and motherfucking athlete's foot was supposed to fucking save the day. He can't even take care of his goddamn toe jam and toe fungus. How, what, in what world? Don't think that you making conscious decisions and choosing relationship partners, because that is idiotic. We talking about magnetization. If you could get into the science of unconditional love that comes from the soul, that creates a magnetic portal. That you see, this whirlwind circle is the magnetic portal that brings in the balance of masculine, feminine, dark and light, and also is the energy for progeny, because as above, so below. Your soul is also your children, who was the reason for which you even like their mom or you even like their dad. When you know that their dad is a piece of shit, you know that their dad got fucking brown doo-doo stains in their underwears. You would never in your right mind have children by this man, but no, you was possessed by your soul, which is also your kids. Now, you could easily tap into the circle of life or be outside of the circle of life, because you would say, don't nobody love me. Can't nobody love nobody, idiot. Not that you're an idiot. You very smart. That's your problem. You so smart that you dumb. To think that somebody has the capacity to love you in reference to your understanding of love is from the soul and the spirit. Your ability to breathe, your nervous system, your heart, your brain, your subconscious mind, your solar plexus, your sexual organs, your capacity to think and predict and prepare, and all of this cool shit that happens within you. That's love. A bitch with doo-doo, a nigga with doo-doo stains in his drawers, he doesn't even have the capacity to even begin to love anything. So what we're doing is understanding love as an internal, natural process that we just have to simply allow, whether you're in a relationship or outside of a relationship. This is for every fucking body. Nobody's exempt. Nobody's like, no, well, I got a 12-incher at the crib though, so I don't got to do none of this shit. Nobody is saying, well, my girl got the most wet of all wet. I don't got to deal with none of this shit. Because why? Crazy shit is going to happen in your relationship. A motherfucker going to get crazy. Somebody going to get crazy. And you going to be thinking, well, just pull out the 12 inches and save the day. And you won't be able to save the day. It comes a time where 12 inches is not enough. It comes a time where wet is not enough. Y'all got to actually sit down and have compassionate and empathetic talks. But I mean, some of y'all never even get to experience that, which is sad. However, those who choose to enter into a Wheel of Fortune sweepstakes. Is Wheel of Fortune a game show? I think it is. Wheel of Fortune. I'm pretty sure it's a game show where you win a lot of prizes and money. So you got to guess the letters and you got to say these phrases. So we talking about cognition, and we talking about being able to be psychic and be deeply aware of everything that we need to do. And we're talking about a very simple process. And the hardest part to what I'm saying is listening to another person more than you listen to yourself. And this could be for good or bad. You know, the internet, people got to pay their rent. People got to pay their bills. So motherfuckers going to get up here and act like you need to hear what they got to say. And this could be good or this could be bad, depending on, like, if I need to learn how to fix some shit, it's good for me to get on YouTube and be like, how to fix some shit. And then they can get on here like, hi, this is Bob. I'm showing you how to fix some shit. And he's showing me what to fix. And then I'm applying his information to the shit that I gotta fix. Right? It could be all so simple. Right? It could be all so fucking simple. To whereas motherfuckers can help you fix some shit, but they rather lie to you. So we're talking about cognition, psychic functions, being able to perceive, being able to hear. And this is the true change. This is the true metaphysical change that we're really after. Your fortune, your fortune is in your ability to perceive what true love is. But you also have to emotionally prepare for true love experience. Like you have to like wrap your mind around the only person capable of loving you is your living soul. And I've actually practiced this in writing this book and just started the book Spiritual Being Having a Human Experience, available at columbianexchange.com. Writing that book, no cap, amazing shit was happening for me because I was reflecting on the invisible truth. Because I'm writing a book, for one, and for two, like I gotta like constantly put myself in this space. So it was like I had to kind of separate myself from everybody 8 hours a day, just constantly writing and editing, and to put my mind in this space to always want to write this book and always want to be in this space for a long time where I don't have to be in a mundane space and I'm by myself and I'm just constantly reflecting on the spiritual being, like constantly bringing it back. Like I wasn't writing too far to be like, okay, what does this have to do with being a spiritual being? Because if ever I went too far, I reeled it back in like, okay, that's interesting, but what does this have to do? And that was just kind of the process of just writing it. So yeah, it's a weird thing because we're talking about nothing, but we're also talking about everything. And you gotta really, it is more of taking the time to get to know yourself. That is the true fortune. That is the true love. That is the true sanity. And when we have these false concepts of external understanding, that's kind of like a trick bag. And that's going to constantly lead us into, well, this shouldn't happen, or I wish this didn't happen this way. And these things lead to deeper mental health ailment. And I know that people are struggling with it. Because even when you go to get help, who's to say that that's going to force you to look at your problems and change your problems? And this is, you know, why I do what I do and who I am. Like, it's a religious experience for me, man. It's like, I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask to be this guy. I would see people like Kayvon, people like Brother Kalindi, and I'll be like, man, that's interesting, but that's just not my bag, you know? But if spirit ever forced something in your hand, then, man, I can't explain it. I can't, like, I would have never ever said, get some mushrooms, try some mushrooms. I'll be like, no, I would be always thrown off like, man, I think mushrooms is grown off shit. I can't deal with it type deal. I was super uninformed of the process. So I just ended up, Spirit just led me to a community. Like Spirit led me to a community because the only people that I know in Michigan, and I know a lot of people, but the only people that I know is through the connection of the mycology. Like the mushrooms have brought prosperity in my life. It has brought lifelong friends in my life. It has brought, I done had so many conversations with people on, it's like, I realize like I'm a doctor. No cap. Cause a motherfucker, I would be like meeting people, and before I know it, they'll be telling me they symptoms. And then I would then give them a diagnosis. And I've been living my life like this, you know, without ever even wanting to. So now I'm just in a space where I've recognized my calling, and now it's time to just kind of push forward in my calling, because I've done videos on Black mental health, and them videos don't get no views. It's the weirdest shit. Because the thing for which that can help a person is the thing for which is the shit that people gotta block to. But I know for a fact that if people dose regularly, exercise, put themselves in positive situations, face their fears, question their actions, you can start to have real major changes in your life in a space where you never thought you could. And I got reviews on top of reviews to just prove it. And it's just like an amazing thing. And you know, I be holding myself back a lot, and it's fucked up that I do, because in holding myself back, there's a lot of people that could be helped that just don't even know that they can be helped, because I'm afraid of what niggas might say or what niggas might think. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm preparing for change. I'm preparing for new energy. And it's like, it's an amazing thing that life can get better and your mind can change. And you don't have to be so crazy. You don't have to be so anxious and so in fear. You can trust the outcome because you know that you're led and you're guided. If nothing has shown me up until this point that I've been led and guided, like, you know, you got to be uncomfortable to get comfortable. And I know that most people ain't willing to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. I don't give a fuck, you know. I know the overall goal, because I done had these plans for this office and this setup for the past 3 years. And it's just been always at the forefront of my mind. Like, everything that I've been through, everything that we've strived through to create this business, I just had it what it would look like in my mind. And then just to see it manifest, it ain't much, but it mean everything to me to just have all of our products and just have all of our lights and just have all of the things that we need to continue growing as a business, as a family, and to also know that we've been led and guided is a beautiful thing. So maybe you got to be a little bit more uncomfortable and learn what is necessary for you to take that next step or that next leap. And I would suggest that over, yeah, if you just take these magical pills and get these magical crystals and everything is just going to work out, just because I just think that that's horrible advice, and that's going to keep you in the same spot that you started in. You just got tax money, so now you feel like you can just spend it on shit. But at the end of the day, listening to your soul don't cost nothing. But if y'all ever got any questions, want to talk about anything, email me at hoodmystic@gmail.com. Visit the site, of course, read the reviews, read to how to order. We also have a new feature that if you want to pay credit or debit, like some people don't like Cash App, Zelle, they only have credit cards, debit cards, we'll be able to do that as well. Um, as I said, I'm gonna really start doing the live tarot readings. I'm like, just wanted to do this test run, see how things are set up. Everything's cool. The last live that I did was like hella weird, so just want to make sure everything is cool. Probably do a couple more test runs, maybe not, but sooner than later, we're gonna get them live readings popping. If you want to take part in the live readings, join the Patreon, which is the first link in the description. And yeah, I will see y'all on the flip side. If you like this video, like it. If you enjoyed this video, like it, share it. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my channel. Appreciate y'all. Hope you got something from this video. Another intuitive live tarot read with the Hood Mystic. One more thing, if you want to book a live reading one-on-one with me, hoodmystic.setmore.com. Read the reviews before you book a reading. Peace.